Hi guys, we're back with a General week reading. I am extremely illiterate at times. This is for the week of February 24th to March 2nd. I wasn't initially gonna film this week, but I have time and I feel like filming. I feel like I could use some clarity. I feel like it's cool to film. Different background, different hair, different clothing. I'm outside. I'm on my deck. I like to sit out here. If you've been watching my YouTube shorts, you know I film those out here. And I have probably like another half hour or so of daylight, sorta. So yeah. Can we talk about my eye bags? Is it just me, or are they a little deadly? They're deadly. I've had quite the week. I've had quite the weekend too. I'm pretty tired. After I film this, I'm gonna eat dinner, shower, and like chill and go to bed at like 9 hopefully. So that's exciting. Yeah, let's just get right into it. This is a general week reading for all signs. Alrighty, for the first card, Spirits, what is our week gonna look like as a whole? What is the main topic of this week? What is the main idea of this week? Queen of Swords. This is clarity. This is seeing things clearly. This is kind of like finding the tools you've needed to provide yourself with the nurturing that you've maybe been craving. If you look at the half of this card, you can see like her head is above the clouds. That's where like the clarity idea comes in, where it's like her head is no longer in the clouds, but she can also see clearly. She can see what's ahead of her. She can see what's in front of her. So I'm thinking this week some clarity could come. Normally the Queen cards for me, like how I think of those, is also like just nurturing energy. So figuring out what it is you may need. Whatever. Figuring out what you may need, you know, in order to see things clearly. I really am kind of giving like, take the time you need to figure out what it is your desires really are too. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's our week as a whole. Queen of Swords. Spirits, what is something unexpected that will arise? Whoa, I almost just dropped my entire deck. Spirits, what is something unexpected that will arise? What is something unexpected that will come up this week for us, Spirits? Spirits, what is something unexpected that will come up this week? Anything that we may not be expecting. Are we gonna expect everything? I don't know. Spirits, what is something unexpected that will come up this week? Awesome. We have the Five of Swords. I'm probably gonna have to look at my notes for this card, but just what I'm getting is kind of like defeat, but like you're winning something. Like you might, because if you look at this individual here, like everyone else has walked away, everyone else has dropped their weapons, but this person has like a smirk on this face. I'm kind of getting like a, yeah, I told you so, yeah, I won energy. But the Five of Swords card, or any 5 cards, normally tend to represent like something you're losing or chaotic or conflict type of things. So in my notes it says like loss, isolation, choosing not to ask for help. Which is kind of the opposite of what I had said before I looked at my notes. Right, I understand why people may think that, because this individual is holding 3 swords and there's 2 on the ground, and he could just ask those other people to like fight the battle for him, but he's choosing not to. He's choosing to kind of like remain. I'm kind of getting like stubborn energy. I'm kind of getting like, what's the word? cocky, like yeah, I can do this all on my own, I don't need anyone. So something unexpected that will arise could be like a feeling of like, oh, I can do this on my own, I don't need anyone. But I think we all need people sometimes. Yeah, take that how that resonates. If it doesn't resonate, I apologize. Card 3. Spirits, how can we stay grounded and balanced? Excuse me. Spirits, how can we stay grounded and balanced this week? How can we remain grounded and balanced this week, Spirits? How can we stay grounded and balanced this week? We have the 3 of Swords. Give yourself the nurturement you need to have a happy heart. Give yourself whatever you need to remove the swords from your heart. So if you are feeling like some type of pain, whether it be emotional or physical, you know, how can you stay grounded and balanced? I'm just kind of getting take care of yourself. I'm kind of getting like, get cozy, give yourself love that you need to avoid piercing heartache. You know what I mean? I mean, clearly pain is something we can't avoid, just as a, no one can avoid pain. But I think it's important that even when you're not feeling pain, to still be able to practice loving yourself, nurturing yourself. And that could mean a lot of different things for other people. This could mean like going on a fun adventure or walk. This could mean cooking yourself a yummy meal. This could mean meditation. This could mean hanging out or reaching out to an old friend. This could mean a lot of things for different people. So how to stay grounded and balanced this week? Tune into your heart. Give yourself the things you need that will genuinely bring you bliss and that will make you happy. That was how to stay grounded and balanced. Card 4. Spirits, what is an important emotion that we will feel this week? What is an important emotion that we will feel this week? Oh. This is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is, you know, financial abundance, bliss. This could be health, this could be wealth. But overall, this is like, this individual is enjoying the things she's grown. So what I've heard is when you see grapes in the tarot, like grapes are something that take a long time to grow. And so this individual is enjoying something that she's worked on for so long. Something, this is almost like, also like a sense of accomplishment I'm getting. And she's got a weird ass bird in her hand. Look at this bird, it looks like it has a mask on. Look at that bird. That bird is a burglar. I'm just kidding. But there's also a little snail in this card, which kind of again goes hand in hand with the grapes, where it's like these things take a long time to grow and to prosper. I feel like growth is everlasting. Growth is not a quick process, it's a slow process. And what's the question? An important emotion I will feel this week. You could be feeling like I'm kind of getting like a breath of fresh air. So really like look back at where you were, whether it be 6 months ago, couple years ago, however far you want to look, and like really look at yourself and see how far you've come. Because either way you've grown, even if you're not exactly like where you wish you were, exactly like what you desire. You know, we're always working on our desires. Like even if you accomplish all of your dreams, then you're gonna have new ones. So like really look back at your journey and give yourself a pat on the back. Enjoy what you've built, enjoy what you've been growing. I'm kind of getting enjoy the present moment. An important emotion that you will feel this week could be enjoying the present moment. It could be wealth, health, abundance. This could be, you know what else this could be? This could be like an opportunity you've been maybe looking for finally coming in, so keep an eye out for that. This could be something you've been working on, finally seeing some, what's the word? Something you're working on and you're finally seeing, I want to say improvement, but that's not the word. You're finally seeing some results. So that's really good. Keep an eye out for that. Spirits, what is something that will inspire us this week? Spirits, what is something that will inspire us this week? What can we use to keep us inspired? What is oh, this is the Seven of Cups. Something that can inspire you this week is the realization that you do have many opportunities, whether they're coming in right now or they're going to come in the future, or maybe they've already happened. You don't need to just choose one path. You don't need to just do one thing. You know, like, you are being of more than one talent. You have more than one purpose, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Sometimes this card could also be like the card of like feeling a little overwhelmed. I don't really like to interpret the Seven of Cups that way, because it's like, for me, it's like, if you have all these golden cups of opportunities and options, why would you? I mean, I guess I understand why you could feel overwhelmed. What does this say? Cups. So, emotionally a lot confusing. You could be feeling that, but you know, if you have too much on your plate, I understand why that could be emotionally a lot and confusing. Something that will, and this is something that will inspire you. I mean, even if you are feeling overwhelmed and like emotionally you're going through a lot, eventually you are gonna reach a clarity. Eventually, you know, this is for your week as a whole, the Queen of Swords. Eventually you're gonna be able to see above the clouds, and you're gonna be able to go, oh, well, there's clouds here, you know? So this could be emotionally a lot. You could be maybe having some confusing emotions right now, or you could have multiple opportunities coming up, multiple dreams. I feel like overall you could just have a lot going on in here emotionally, a lot on your mind, a lot on your plate. And something that will inspire you is, even though this may be like a difficult time, you're gonna get through it. And either way, things like this are what makes us stronger. Things that are overwhelming, things that are difficult, they help us grow into the people we are meant to become. You know how I said earlier, like, there's more than one purpose to a person. This helps you get to one of those purposes. That was something that will inspire you this week, the Seven of Cups. Card 6. How will my spirit guides speak to me this week? Spirit guides, how are you going to talk to us this week? How are you going to speak to us this week? How are you going to communicate with us? What can we look for when we're trying to talk to you? Spirit guides, how are you going to communicate? How are you going to talk to us? How are you going to guide us? This is the fastest I've ever shuffled in my life. Spirits, how are you going to talk to us? 2 came out. We have the Seven of Wands, which is kind of like the card of defending yourself. Ooh, almost dropped it. This is the Seven of Wands. And we also have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is like emotional fulfillment, abundance, but I'm also getting like, you notice how his throne is on like a body of water? Honestly, I'm kind of just making my own interpretations of the cards at this point. How will my spirit guides speak to me this week? Your spirit guides are going to speak to you by, one, you may go through a little bit of conflict. You may have to kind of stand on your 2 feet and maybe like, I want to say like fight people off, but that's not, I don't physically mean fight people off. I mean, you just may have like a couple conflicts come up this week. You may have a couple situations, whether it be verbal or emotional, you just may have a couple things come up that, and you see how this person's like also standing on like uneven ground, and then the King of Cups, his throne is on a body of water. For that, what I'm getting for me is, even if you are in a place that's unstable, you have the strength to remain still. And this is, and what I'm gonna say about this is, if you when you have these conflicts come up this week, whether it be like small or big, I want you to remind yourself that you do have the strength to check in with yourself and to remain not calm, but to remain strong. You know what I mean? I'm gonna read a bit about the King of Cups really quick. All right, I just read about the King of Cups, and so one of the things it said was emotional balance, and kind of like the energy of water, how it could be soft and gentle, or it could be forceful and powerful. And I feel like that's kind of what I was just talking about. It's like, even, you know, humans and their emotions are like water. They're unpredictable. You don't know how you're going to feel one day or one moment. And that's the cool thing about being a person, is like, you get to kind of decide. Like, so if I'm feeling extremely overwhelmed, emotionally unstable, and I'm just like about to flip out, you know, I can check in with myself and decide, who do I want to be? Do I want to have an outburst and freak out, or do I want to remain calm and kind of like sit with myself for a bit? Hopefully you guys are kind of getting what I'm saying. But the King of Cups brings emotional balance, strength, and power, but also could be like gentleness, and it also said wisdom. So how your spirit guides will speak to you this week. I think you're gonna have a couple situations pop up where you're feeling a little like, oh, I need to defend myself, I need to protect myself. But I also want you to take a look at yourself during those situations and say, like, what can I do to calm my waters? You know what I mean? To have my waters remain still. And even if you're like in a moment, I can't talk. Even if you're having a moment where you're like, no, I'm just so overwhelmed, I'm so upset. There's also power in feeling emotions. There's also power in, what's the word? High intensity moments. There's power in those. Even if you end up like regretting a high intensity like outburst or moment, you still grow from it. You know, whether you look back and go, oh, that was unnecessary, or even if you look back and go, no, that was necessary and that was valid for the way I was feeling. Hopefully that makes sense. This is how your spirit guides will speak to you this week. This is the last card. This is card 7. This is how to best support ourselves this week, spirits. What can we do to best support ourselves this week? Okay, well, that one fell out, so I'm going to take it. Okay, this is the 6 of Wands. This is the 6 of Wands. And this is normally the card of like victory, being successful, victorious. Immediately when I looked at this card, I was kind of getting get on your high horse, which I don't necessarily want to say, because that could also be like a very cocky statement. How to best support yourself this week? I guess what I'm saying is, if you believe through any of your conflict, through any of your emotions, or through like situations where you may be afraid to ask for help, just know that, like, high key, if you really trust your intuition and you take the time to look within yourself, what I'm getting with how to best support yourself this week is to kind of keep in mind that you will be successful regardless. And I feel like if you have that mindset, you know how people say, like, oh, when you manifest and you imagine things happening, they kind of just happen because you believe it. I don't know if you've heard that, but some people say, if you imagine yourself or you see yourself in the future as a certain way, it's because you already have it. Some people believe in that in terms of manifestation. Like, if you believe everything will work out, sometimes everything will work out. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. How to best support yourself this week is I'm kind of getting believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There's also like people here celebrating this person, so I'm also kind of gonna say embrace your community. Yeah, hopefully this has been a good reading. I've never not referred to my notes this much. I mean, I did look up like the King of Cups and I did read about the 7 of Cups, but for a lot of these cards I kind of just went off what I felt. So hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Hope you guys have a really good week. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed anything or not. I may or may not be filming a fun vlog in a cool place this week. I'm just not positive, but stay tuned for that. And yeah, happy March 1st, because that's coming this week. New moon should be coming up soon, unless we missed it. I don't know, but yeah, thanks for watching, friends.